So my camera seems to be fading. I don't know whether this will come out, but the water is an absolutely brilliant colour. I can't see anything on the phone, but let's see whether it works. Turquoise, beautiful turquoise. It was a riotous pair of bus rides, but in spite of it seeming to be completely chaotic, it just functioned perfectly. Dropped me off in Spy Town. There was a guy standing there. He was the conductor of the bus that I wanted. And he said, get on the bus. And he said, I'm not going to drop you at the corner. I've got a better way. And he came to this little... oh, look at the butterflies. Aren't they lovely? Yellow. Brimstone, is it? What sort of butterfly is it? Anyway, so he said, go to this place, and it's just a 5-minute walk. And I've got to go up there to where, I don't know if you can see it in the distance, the red roof is. And then I'm going to, the place is called St.Nicholas Abbey. And so they have an old colonial building, which is one of the better preserved colonial mansions, plantation mansions, and they also have a steam railway. Oh, I've got to try that. Wow, I don't know, this is maize, I suppose, isn't it? Corn. And the interesting thing is that out here it seems a lot fresher than down on the coast. I mean, first of all, you're high up. Secondly, there's a constant breeze. Thirdly, you're away from the noise, which is exciting, but you want some relief from it. And that's what this is. So I did call earlier. They are open. We're going to be left at standing by a closed door, like so many other places. And I'll take a film. So I've come to this place, St. Nicholas Abbey, which is supposed to be the best restored or retained colonial plantation villa on the island. This looks like some sort of refining establishment, which ain't refining anymore. And this here, surprising, up here, it's not even at the coast. It could be a window, but I think it's more likely to be a Martello Tower. And I'm sure Gawain can tell us what a Martello Tower is. Well, there seem to be lots of remnants here. Massive wheel, obviously no longer in use. Cannons, not sure who they were shooting at, but probably the French. French always deserve being shot at. And this apparently is the Abbey, the Great House. Can't imagine it ever was really an abbey, but there you go. Looks quite nice. Let's look at this. Surrounded by lovely flowers. Has a Dutch look about it. This tree is 400 years old and very thorny. And warned not to touch it.
Unfortunately, none left for you all to see. We now use that area for storage.
Thank you.
Alright, so our rum is single barrel, right? You know what I mean? It's not blended, it has no wife, no girlfriend, no mistress, it's sick.
Bathhouse and original toilets. This extension was built in 1939 to put in hygiene facilities, bathroom, things like that. So this part of the house is very new, but that is the original. And now we're going to taste some rum, apparently. Especially for Roy. Roy is a fanatic of trains, particularly antique trains. He can tell you everything there is to know about them. And this is the station. train mainly for the processing of sugarcane for those purposes. I must read these when I get back, more information about the train line and the stations and the bridges. And an interesting thing it just said was that there is a steep part, and sometimes it couldn't make the ascent, so the passengers, some of the passengers had to get out and push, or at the least walk alongside the train. So the first class passengers would stay on the train, second class passengers would walk alongside. I just asked the conductor whether we'd have to push today, and he said no, thank goodness.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our 1:30 train from main station to Cherry Tree Hill, and from Cherry Tree Hill back here to our main station, back here to our Croquet Lawn actually, at St. Nicholas, Abbey.
You can see in the distance,
So just to show you of
quite high up here.
vast expansive plantation.
So this is the Cherry Hill view. Just got off the train, and I don't know what happened, but something funny happened. The what do you call it? The engine has disappeared. I was one of the 3 volunteers and had to go down and turn it round. And I did turn it round, but it's gone now. You see, that has to be pushed round by hand. Oh, I see. Yes, there's a second rail there. I've just realised it. Anyway, this is the view. I don't know, I think for a lot of people this is the view of Barbados. You probably get a better picture in the, I've taken it with a small camera. I hope those films come out, because they're going to be terrific.
Competition from Brazil with their beet sugar, and America when they started planting their own sugarcane. We lost that moniker.
Mahogany
And at
tree.
Waterford in St. Michael. Now speaking of gold,
So they do have a chimney, and they do have fireplaces, but they're all upstairs, so we won't see them, but apparently they are in a picture on the staircase. Hello.
It becomes that upright chair. But then you pull it halfway out, that foot rests, or you pull it right out and press it here, and it went right into a bed. We don't press it because we're not sure if it's going to come back up, but back then it went right into a bed. And the beauty of the chair, it has wheels.
Cost £40 in 1939.
Yeah, ladies, note this said it's a gentleman's chair, so it's nothing to do with us.
The mahogany hat and thing stand. Look at this hat. Very famous for the British Empire, this style of hat. It's made of cork, would you believe it? And presumably very utilitarian in hot climates. And croquet mallets for playing croquet. The view of the house. It is a lovely house, isn't it? Jacobean, they said. But to me it's only Jacobean at the front. This side I would call more Georgian, but I'm not an expert. And this is interesting. Before they built this part here, this little blockhouse sort of thing is where the amenities were built. This is what they used before that. This is a toilet. And you can imagine 4 people sitting together. Very communal activity. And I thought it was the one on the left. Let's see what the one on the left is. Oh, the bathhouse. Again, looking quite communal. This is a place called Welshman's Hall Gully, which is a sort of walk through the jungle, but, well, not but, I mean, it is jungle. It's not quite like Trinidad, which is real original jungle that you can't walk through. They form paths. It was originally part of an estate called Welshman's Hall, and you can see the sun over there, the sea over there. Well, it was a 20-minute walk to get here from the other place, the jungle place. This is a botanic garden. 20 minutes may not sound like much, but in the heat of the day and when it's a long time since breakfast, it feels like a long walk. Yeah, this is a botanic garden, and plenty of birds. I can hear them tweeting, and I'm waiting for my egg sandwich and tea, cup of tea, and you really need a cup of tea. Using cloud formations you get here, and The reds are not coming out very well on the camera, I can see that, but look at that, that's a cloud. Looks like an explosion, doesn't it? And the reds here, and then another sort of vertical cloud like that. Amazing sights at sunset. And nobody's looking at it because they see it every day. It's enhancing the light. It's not really as light as this, it's almost dark. But the camera's blowing up the amount of light. And unfortunately disguising the amount of red. Huge amount of red. Really needs your camera here, I think. I mean, it makes it almost look like day, but believe me, it is night. Seaside restaurant, which is tucked away from the road and not, but so rather surprisingly, it's rather popular and full. In fact, I couldn't sit outside. I would have preferred to sit outside, but inside. I mean, sorry, but I'm outside, and yeah. Let's see. I've ordered red snapper with what was it? Mashed potatoes and 2 sorts of vegetable. It looks a stylish place. I just hope the food's as good as the vibes.